Welcome back to Houseless Reactions, where we're always here to have a good time. Yeah! Today, we have 3 tender horror stories. Animated.
I met a guy named Jason on Tinder one night. In minutes, he accepts me and we started planning our date. Jason said he lives on the outskirts and would happily send a cab for me to pick me up for dinner tomorrow night. He sounded rich, so I said yes.
Of course, he's rich. You're gonna go out with him.
With my hair tied up so he can get a good look at my pretty face.
That is way too much makeup, girl.
Around 7:30, a black Mercedes stops outside my house. The driver took me to the big villa on top of the hill.
That's a nice-ass house.
Jason was waiting for me at the door. Hey, Sydney.
Look how nervous that dude is, man. You should be worried.
Her car is bigger than my apartment for sure.
What's up with all the blush? She looks like a clown.
There was something about the way he spoke that felt odd. Yet, I smiled and followed him into the house. Jason and I have been matched for a Tinder date. I've never been to a house like that before. It had everything. A swimming pool, fireplace, chandelier, open kitchen, everything.
Everything in your life.
I started gobbling the food as it was so delicious.
It's poisoning, girl.
My head started to feel weird.
Told ya.
My vision was blurring.
You're done for, lady.
Jason's face.
Did you see that smile? Damn.
Your favorite scary movie?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Me.
Mine is Friday the 13th.
Wow.
I woke up in a room with red lights. I could feel my body strapped and tied to an operating table. Suddenly, I heard a rustling sound of metal and saw Jason sharpening his knives.
This guy's got a Jason fetish.
Behind a hockey mask.
Hey, whatever you're into, bro.
He's peeking at me. I screamed and tried to move my body. It was too late.
That's how he likes you, girl.
Holding the knife. It came down to my neck and I knew that this is the end for me. I heard a gunshot.
She got so lucky.
Die, you pig!
Jason's body fell to the floor and smoke started coming out of his face. A girl rushed towards me and she was missing an arm.
Wow.
Butcher took my arm and kept me locked in for days. Come on, we need to get out of here.
I don't know if I would trust that girl either, though, would you guys?
Inside didn't feel like a good idea anymore. The cops arrived and get us the medical care we need, but the biggest shock of my life came afterwards. When the police searched Jason's house, they didn't find his body.
He's gone! He's Jason, man! You can't kill him with a bullet!
To the hospital and I was escorted home safely. I deleted my Tinder account and swear to never go on dates with strangers.
Well, all you did was match with him and you were in love. That's kinda on you.
I woke up hearing a glass break. I don't have Nay a pet, so my face turned pale with fear. I slowly looked out my window, and there he was. Jason, trying to get inside the house. He was already twisting the window lock to open it. I ran out of the room and
why doesn't he just walk through the wall? He's Jason, right?
God, he's inside. I hid under the kitchen table, but I could still see him below the knee. He walked to the kitchen and started scanning his surroundings. Oh, Sydney.
And her name is Sydney too? That's too ironic.
Fine then. My turn. I put my hand on my mouth not to make any sound. He closer to the kitchen table, and suddenly his strong hands pulled me by.
Damn, just grabbed her right out of there.
He had a tight grip that was paining like hell. I knew he is going to end my life, so without thinking, I reached for the knives.
Get him, girl! Get him!
I managed to grab one after a lot of trouble and stab Jason in the chest before he could stab me.
You're gonna need to do much more than that.
And rushed to my neighbors. I told them everything and they called the cops, but when the cops searched the house, they returned empty-handed.
He's Jason!
Was nowhere to be found. I was pretty sure that Jason is not a human being. Otherwise, surviving 2 times from death is not logically possible.
A gunshot and a stab wound, that is possible, lady.
For a couple of days, but I didn't want to live in fear.
50 Cent got shot 9 times, remember that.
4th night, it was raining heavily when my doorbell rang. I didn't open it right away.
Who is it?
It's Bobby. Open the door, Sid. What is Bobby doing here? We had a bad breakup, but I kinda liked him. I opened the door and
She's like, save me, Bobby! Save me from Jason, Bobby!
I heard about everything. Just let me stay with you a couple days, okay?
Fine.
Seriously, I was really scared to live alone.
Yeah, she like, Jason's right outside. I ain't trying to be by myself.
It was like the college days again. After a lot of lovemaking, we went to bed. This time, I didn't wake up to any sound or disturbance. I just woke up. But something was weird again. Bobby was not on the bed.
Bye-bye, Bobby.
Calling out to him when I saw him lying on the couch. I walked close and turned on the lamp. He was dead. Someone broke his neck, but there was a small pen drive on his forehead.
Play me.
Play me. I did play. Someone was filming me and Bobby just a few hours ago. Bobby was sitting beside me searching for something in his backpack, and then he found it. It was a gun. He pointed it to my passed out face, and just when he was about to pull the trigger, the maker of the video took him to by his neck. The screen turned black. Then the camera turned into selfie mode.
Why would Jason help her, though? I thought he wanted to, her.
Holding a white note. Then walked Bobby's dead body and opened his mouth. He put the note in and closed it and left. The video ended. The fact that Bobby came to kill me and pin it on Jason is a shocking truth. But the fact that Jason saved my life because he wants to end it with his own hands gives me no sleep at night.
Yeah, that's really weird. That is a very confusing tale right there. I don't really get why Jason would save her, but okay.
I sat down nervously at the table, my heart thumping. She hadn't looked this beautiful on Tinder, and my mind raced.
The girl's actually hotter in person? That hardly ever happens. People always seem to look better in their pictures, don't they?
So, how was your day?
Oh, it was...
That's better in person? Really?
David. I know my name is easy to forget.
I'm so sorry. I must have been nervous, Dave.
She looked like she's straight out of a horror movie, and she's on a date?
We talked over Tinder. Still, I suppose that it was just a mistake, and I tried to...
I thought he said she looked better. That ain't better.
We decided to go to this place.
Ramen is great.
Why is her skin falling off her body?
For some reason, I found myself wanting to get out of there.
Why does she look like she's 30 but has the body of a 90-year-old?
And then my phone buzzed. I was glad to have an excuse to turn away from her, and I looked down at my phone. The notification, however, freaked me out. It was from Tinder.
David? Where are you? I'm out front of the ramen place. Didn't you say you wanted to meet up here?
You're on the wrong date, buddy.
I glanced upward toward the girl in front of me, sweat on my brow. She didn't have a phone out. Nowhere. I heard another notification, and I looked down.
David, I'm here. I'll be standing in front of the ramen place waiting.
I wouldn't be freaking out. I'd be like, sorry, wrong person. I'm out of here.
The girl I had talked to on Tinder, standing out in front of the place.
Dump that girl and go with your real date.
Looking at me with a weird smile on her face.
Everything all right?
No, it's not all right. You ain't the girl I'm supposed to be with, chick.
Just a stomachache. I think you'll have to excuse me while I go to the restroom.
Take your time, David.
Take your time, David. You hear how creepy she said that?
My heart pounding. I was sure she knew something was up, but I had to get away. I started running down the street.
How does she know who he is, though?
It was on me as I went. I glanced back and my heart leapt into my throat. She was coming out of the shop, whatever weird doppelganger of my date I had met, and she was following me. I began to speed up, my heart beating as I ran.
I would have fought that lady. Stop running, David.
Panic. Glancing back, I almost screamed in shock. The woman who was chasing me wasn't moving like a human. Her skin was pale.
Ooh, that's creepy. That's scary to me, man.
And faster. In desperation, I ducked into an alleyway.
That made my skin crawl a little there.
Answered. The streetlights flickered and went out, and I was left in the dark. All of a sudden, I heard footsteps coming toward me. I could see it, whatever it was, standing there in the moon.
Oh, it's creepy, man.
Eerily still. It had 2 gigantic rows of teeth, and its entire face was...
That thing is gonna eat you, man. You better get out of there, man.
It had no nose, but I was sure it could see me and hear me. Suddenly, however,
Get in the car! Go to the car!
approaching, and a car pulled up. The creature took one final look around and leapt away.
Dang! That lady took off like the Flash!
I heard a familiar voice.
David, get in now!
I didn't think twice. I jumped into the car and we sped away, glancing back to see the creature fading into the night. My real date had saved me, and I thanked her with a tight hug.
What the hell was that?
I thought it was you, but whoa!
Mutated person or something? I'm just so glad you found me.
Yeah,
This feels a little creepy.
I was so worried when you didn't respond to my messages.
How did you find me anyway? Later that night, after we talked it all through, we lay in bed. I heard her
He's in bed with her on the first Tinder date? Way to go, bud!
to see her face, but instead, the creature from the alleyway was there, pale, grinning, and with 2 rows of teeth. Its eyes were shut, but it was real.
You got tricked, man!
And muffled a scream as I realized that whatever that creature was, it found me. I'm trying not to wake it.
That's her evil twin, man. She gets jealous when her sister goes on dates.
Hey guys, my name's James, and I have a story to tell you. It all started with me looking at Tinder profiles from bed. I was swiping through the different profiles quietly until something strange started to happen.
He finally got a match. That's what was strange about it.
I started to scroll as fast as I could, but the profiles were still the same. No, they had something different. In the profile, there was
I feel like this guy probably did something, and that's why he's seeing this stuff.
sure it looked closer and closer and closer.
Oh, wow, that was creepy.
It was all a nightmare.
He's like, I'll never play Tinder again.
Suddenly, I got a text from Tinder. It was Angela, the girl I had agreed to go on a date with. Angela was a nice girl. We had talked for about 2 weeks until I asked her for dinner, which she accepted without any problems. I didn't want to be late for my first date, so I changed, put on some perfume, and ran out. The date at the restaurant was going well, until Angela asked me questions about my past dates, and I had to tell her about Mary.
You don't talk about the ex, man. People, don't talk about your ex on a first date. That is a big no-no, even if they ask.
That's terrible, James. It's good that you're brave enough to come here and you can date again.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It just all happened so fast.
So, you want to replace me, James?
Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
What's wrong?
When I turned,
He probably killed the woman and he's being haunted. That's what this feels like to me. What do you guys think? Comment below.
I felt like I was dying of embarrassment. The whole restaurant was looking at me strangely, and I don't blame them. They probably think
You're having PTSD, bro. It happens, but yeah, it makes you a little cuckoo.
me to an ugly place and apologized. She's so nice. Anyway, we finished eating and we both went to my house.
Look how excited he was to drive her home.
Angela rushed over to me and gave me a passionate kiss. I hugged her as she gave
Dang, all these people are hooking up on their first dates. I need to learn something from these people.
was a huge mirror, and when I saw it, it wasn't Angela I was hugging. It was Mary. I panicked and pushed her away from me, but when I did, it was Angela.
It's your PTSD, bro.
Couldn't have rushed in like that.
No,
You need to go to the shrink. That's what you need to do.
over what happened with Mary.
Get your mind right.
Simple as I told you. The night of the fight, we were arguing. She lunged at me, and I pushed her.
I told you that's what happened.
I fell down the stairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must be very hard to live with that. But don't blame yourself. It was an accident. It could have happened to anyone.
Right? It was an accident, wasn't it?
Angela, you're really supportive. Immediately, Angela hugged me, and we buried the subject.
He's gonna kill her too now.
We were both in bed. It was 3 in the morning, and suddenly a Tinder message woke me up.
It's me, Mary.
Curiosity, and it was a message from Angela. She seemed very angry that we had missed our date at the movies. At that moment, I started to remember. I wasn't going to go to a restaurant. I was going with Angela to the movies. As the memory started to pop into my head,
Brainwashed you.
at the restaurant, at my house,
It was the anniversary of her death, wasn't it?
Angela was never with me. Then, whose hand is on my chest now? Without...
Oh, wow! That was creepy!
It had superhuman strength. This was not Mary.
Look at the teeth, it looked like she a vampire!
Managed to kick her out of the way and ran to the exit door, but it was locked. I looked around in terror, but the monster was gone. Where are you? Leave me alone!
Leave me alone, you crazy
Behind me burst open, and before I could react, Mary grabbed me by the head and dragged me across the apartment, violently against the window from...
He got thrown out the window!
As I fell to the floor in agony, my head clouded over and I began to remember again.
He's done for.
Arguing with Mary at our house. Mary was furious because she checked my cell phone and saw that I was talking on Tinder with a girl named Angela. Suddenly, Mary pushed me angrily. I was the one who...
Is he the one who's dead?
As I reached the bottom, I only remember Mary at the top of the stairs, crying and apologizing as she came down to help me. You're a monster! A monster! After that...
Wow, brain damage. I've done that, man. That's no fun at all.
Fallen from no apartment. I'm in an ambulance. I have a respirator in my mouth and I can't talk. I couldn't even move. The place is full of paramedics, but the only person I can see is Mary, who's in the ambulance in front of me, crying.
You can't see those other two guys?
Never meant for it to end like this. I swear, it was an accident. I'm a monster.
I thought that in a situation like this, my body would hurt a lot.
So was all that in his mind as he was dying?
All I can do is look at Mary crying. I don't know if I'll survive this. If there's one reason I want to survive this, it's to talk to Mary. I want to tell her that it was an accident, that this was not her fault, that she's not a monster.
So wait, did Mary kill him or did Angela? I'm confused here a little bit. Comment below, let me know, guys. That was 3 true Tinder horror stories animated. I thought there were some pretty good videos, to tell you the truth. That last one got me. I thought he was the murderer for sure, you know. I had a great time today. I hope you guys had a great time. If you did, smash that like button for me. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button so you'll be up to date with all my new videos. I want to thank you guys for joining me today on Houseless Reactions, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright guys, bye!